Hello,
The
everyone.
network is a bit poor.
Welcome to
Yeah.
another episode.
Yes, I
Hey.
welcome everyone too.
Yeah,
It's good to be back.
yeah. I think this is our first episode, Ayo, where we are not in the same space, right?
Yes, we are. Dami is usually the one that leaves. She left us behind, but me and Biala, we are away for a while. We are currently
When were
separating
we
because
together? For the last time I checked, you didn't even
let
know
me
the last time I was in South Africa, even though I was in your house. I was literally in your house on your couch, and you said you didn't even
this
remember I was there.
this
So
is
when were we ever
this is
together?
this is not the topic of the conversation. I will refer us to move on to the topic of the conversation for the sake of time and keep it on our schedule. Um,
Okay.
anyway,
Yeah.
so me and
Okay.
Bella
So,
needed some
uh-huh.
separation. Our relationship was getting toxic for a while there, so I decided to to leave for a while. But I'll be back. I'll be back. We are working through our issues,
Biola,
people.
wait,
Thank you very much. Thank you for this.
before you introduce the topic, and also after
Yeah.
Ayo's weird emotional explanation of why you guys are not together. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Hey, Merry
That's why I'm
Christmas.
wearing my
That's true.
ugly
Merry
Christmas
Christmas,
sweater.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She,
I
Merry
love
the
Christmas.
only
Christmas.
reason she said Merry Christmas to you all is because she wants you to know about her sweater. Okay, Merry Christmas,
Yes,
guys.
my
Stand
ugly
up.
Merry,
Let
Christmas
us see
Merry
the
sweater.
full
Christmas.
sweater. Let us see the full sweater.
No, you do not deserve a fashion show.
Wow. It's not for me. It's for the people
Yeah.
that you refuse to show. But anyway, it's fine. It is what it is.
Man of the peoples,
Okay,
yeah. So
topic for
okay,
today.
so
Biola, let's get
yeah,
into
so
it.
today, straight into it, we're going to talk about how traditional are you?
Mm.
Basically. So a lot of people have I'm a traditional man or I'm a modern man, but really, how traditional are you? So you really should
Yeah,
like check. So we're just going to
I
offer
love it.
questions and then the answers will let you know really how traditional you are. So,
We're
Good.
going by a
but
And I'll
for
start
scale
with
that,
the
of,
first one.
we're going to be, aren't we issuing out like a rating for each answer from a 0 to 10 level or something like that?
I
Yeah.
guess if there's a skill, I guess there may be certain scenarios that you're not at the deep end of either skill, and then you
Yeah,
can
Mm.
really
like
know
if
what
you
to
are
do.
the kind of person that
So
wants to marry like five
So,
wives, you're definitely on the traditional scale of, you know, 10.
yeah,
And if you are the
you're
modern person
so
strong
let's say,
traditional.
that do not believe in kids,
Yeah.
oh yeah, so let's say 0 is not traditional at all, and 10 is
Yes.
super traditional.
Super
Yep, and we'll go
traditional.
for that.
Yeah.
yes,
I
Yeah.
have the
yes.
first one. I have the
Okay.
first one. As guys, does your partner have to be younger than you?
Oh, I will
Okay.
go first. No, I've dated
Okay.
somebody slightly older than me. I've actually more than one
Mm.
person slightly older than me, and I've dated some people younger than me. I generally tend to prefer people closer to my age, but during my current relationship, I actually like the person I'm currently dating, and she's a little bit younger than me, so it's not really an issue for me. I can go either way. So
But
Mm.
no,
okay,
for
so
me, it doesn't
Ayo,
matter.
how old is older than you? Like, do you have a personal
Um,
limit or it's
childbearing age, as long as we can still have kids, I am okay with it. I know that sounds very weird, but
okay?
it is what it is.
No, no, no.
I don't mind dating
I
somebody.
get you.
I don't mind.
Oh my god.
So
I
if the
guess
person is
if
10
I already
years
have kids,
older,
right? If
yeah.
I am an old man now. I recently turned 30. So yes. Thank you all for your wishes. But
Okay.
anyways, I don't know if I'm comfortable with going 40 now because of like I want to have two kids,
Okay.
but 36 is not too
Okay.
much, you know, 30,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But a 40-year-old
Okay.
woman can still have kids. A lot of women, some
Yes,
women even
but
have kids in their
it's
50s.
significantly more complicated, isn't it? If she has money, though, it's not a problem because she can do surrogate. So I'm down with that one.
What?
All
Why
right.
not your money?
Why
If
does
I have
Ayo
money
have this
too,
background?
it's
Yeah,
because
like
I'm
Ayo, what's
You
going
special.
see
on in your
that?
It's because
background?
I'm special. It's because I'm special. Don't worry about it. Okay, don't
Did
worry
you?
about it.
Where did that come from?
Look at how jealous they are.
Okay, Mr.
Well,
Fireworks.
you want me
But
to teach you how to
so I
date?
think
You want me to teach you how,
Don't
so.
how
You're
teach
to
us.
date?
It's
definitely
fine.
not a
Thank you.
traditional man in that
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
Ayo is traditional when it comes to age.
You're
I
not
think Ayo
traditional
is
in
more
that
like
aspect.
a, yeah, I think he's more of a free spirit. Yeah, and he's just like, I like who I like and I'll be with them. So, yeah, and
Mm,
I mean, I find that admirable. Biola,
okay.
you?
For me, this question is very interesting because I've probably dated
Just say
more
no.
people older than me.
Oh. Oh. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I've dated more
Biola
people older than me.
knows. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
But
very open to dating someone older than me. I don't mind.
Mm.
I genuinely don't mind.
Is your current girlfriend
do
older or
you also have an
younger?
age limit?
No, my current girlfriend is younger than I am, but I think
Okay.
it's also changed. Like when I was in my early 20s, I dated people older than me, but as I have aged, it's kind of moved to same age and then slightly younger, or in some cases
Yes.
Hmm.
just younger. So yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
but I
Bella is
Interesting.
like a
genuinely
traditional old man, a traditional rich old man. He likes going back in age, doesn't like going forward. But it is what it is.
What?
and Demi,
What?
would you date someone you are older than?
I don't feel like Demi will date somebody younger though.
Yeah,
But let's hear it.
I would actually, and I
Okay,
Ooh.
have.
question:
She
Have
likes them young.
you dated anyone younger?
Have I dated anyone younger? Yes, I have.
Okay,
Do you have a brother?
okay,
Do
Yes,
you
I
have a younger
have.
brother?
I do have. I do, but not
Ah,
as young
because
as
most
him.
girls will be like, because most, oh, interesting. How young is your younger brother age wise? Like
He
range, if
is
you can't
four
state
years
the age.
younger than me. He's
okay.
4 years
So
younger
you
than
will
I
not
am.
date some. So would you date somebody like 5, 6 years, 7 years younger than you?
Hmm, I don't think so. I don't know, to be honest, because I've
Okay.
like
Okay,
I
yeah,
sometimes, to be on. Do you know what? I'll tell you something. I usually get these very young Gen Z guys who think I'm also Gen Z sending me messages, and they're like, "Hey, babe," and I'm like, I could be your lecturer."
how old is?
Like
I said
whatever
seven
you are
years. I said
excited
seven
about.
years. Not. I said 7 years, not 10 years, guys. And not 15 years.
Oh, but
Because
I started lecturing at the age I lectured at Vet University at the age of 24.
that's yeah. If you're
So
get, I think
anyone who's
24 is
7 years
like
younger than me then would be
is too young.
17.
Yeah. Yes, but now
Child
you're
abuse.
like
Do you?
now you're in your 30s. So if you're going back to
Yeah,
7 years, that would be minimum 28. Would that work for you?
28.
28,
Yeah,
29, 30.
yeah. I could. Yeah, I could. I could. I could. It's dependent on so many factors, obviously. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, I
Yeah.
could.
Yes, not
Yeah,
So
you
like
can't
age
be
age
Nigerian,
age
I'm
would
not going
age
to.
wouldn't be the
but yeah.
thing. Age wouldn't be the thing that make you be like no.
Yes, it's not going to be age. It would be other things like I'm not trying to be a sugar mommy. I want to be a sugar baby. So
Okay.
if you are
Why?
28, like please just bring E for energy because I'm not going to take you under my wing and be mentoring. I don't have the energy for that.
Be on
So yeah.
Dangote.
Like
I said,
literally, like I so because the thing I realized is that with a lot of younger guys, they sort of like have this thing of you're older, you're established, you've made money, so I can come in and like you can help me get my dreams off the ground. And I'm like, honey, I'm trying to be a sugar baby, just like
no,
you. So
no. In this scenario, I'm assuming that is money is not an issue, and also like um, the idea is this guy fits
Like
what you are
everything else
looking
is
for
good.
in a partner. The only
Yeah.
issue is age. But other than that,
yeah,
clearly
then I'm
since
fine
that's
with
not
it.
an up, yeah, I guess we are all around the same type of vibe when it comes to
Yeah.
age.
On this
Let's
one,
move
yeah.
on.
Because there are people
Yeah,
who are out there, guys who would never date a girl who is even a month older than them, and girls out
Mm,
there who
yeah.
would not date a guy who is younger than them, even if it's months. They're just like no. So but hey, to
yeah,
each their own. It's fine.
to
It
each
comes
their
from
own. All
somewhere.
right, who's
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
who's
so
got the
next
next one?
question.
Mm-hmm.
Who should ask who out? I think I will probably rephrase it this way. are you okay as a guy, Ayo? Are you okay if a girl comes to you and she's like, "Hey, I like you," without you before you say anything?
Um,
And Demi, are you okay asking guys out?
f- for me personally, I think it comes down to the approach. I don't actually mind some if a girl asks me out. I actually think that that can be very sexy, depending on how it's done. My biggest issue would be how it's done.
Ooh.
Don't be like if I
Uh-huh.
come to you, right? I will not come to you and be like, "Hey, girl, you are so beautiful. Go out with me." Like I won't do that. Like we both, like, okay,
Okay.
let us, like
She
Okay.
needs to have a
smile.
bit of raise.
Exactly, exactly. Like don't be so, don't be so, don't go with brute force. Okay, I am a delicate soul. Okay, please be delicate with me. Um, yeah. But if they are asking me out, I will
Okay.
probably accept. The thing is, if they are asking me to like come over, that's where my alarm bell starts going off, and I will not be able to leave my house. But they're asking me out, like if we've had like some form of conversation, right? And then they ask me out, I would definitely be more responsive towards that than if you just meet me out of nowhere and you don't have a conversation with me and be like, "Hey, pretty boy, you want to go out with me?" No, no, nigga,
Who's
I don't.
Nobody's doing that.
which,
So
which? First of all, which character were you channeling when you were saying that?
I
Like,
don't
"Hey,
know.
pretty
I don't
boy,
know.
you want to go?" That
I
sounds like
don't
a
know.
man. I don't know a woman
I
who
don't
would go
know.
to any man and say that. That
Nah.
that
So
was a man who approached you in your
No,
imagination,
there are
like a
some
man
there's there are
dressed
some
as a
women with
woman.
masculine energy. All right, I'm telling you, there's some women with masculine energy. All right,
no,
it's a
but
whole new world.
I
You
don't think it will come
cannot.
off that way. It will.
Obviously, I was playing it for the fans, for the people. But clearly, that means like, no, no, no.
Okay.
I'm taking everything literally. Where's your
I
PhD
no,
going to
I'm
work?
terrified.
Huh? Huh? Where is that philosophy in the PhD aspect of this? Can't you philosophize what I was trying to do? No, clearly not. See,
If I conk you from this screen,
Conk me. Can you even reach? Can you even reach?
Okay.
Please, damn me, answer.
don't tempt me to get on a flight, Ayo. Don't tempt me to get on a flight.
You know
So for
what? I
me,
actually
I
feel like you
interestingly, I
can't,
have a
but you are busy. She's too busy. She can't do nothing, girl. I don't worry.
you're lucky. I am happy to approach a guy I like, but I would
Okay.
not tell him outrightly that I like him.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'd make it his idea. And I have a story about this, and I hope the person never watches this podcast. But he had come to our workplace. He was
Okay.
so cute. Like, he was super cute. I hadn't seen him. I just heard, like, Dudu came to me. So Dudu is my friend, by the way, Ayo. She passed on this year. So Dudu, RIP.
Oh, I'm sorry
She
to
came
hear
to
that.
me and she was like, "Have you that's okay." And she was like, "Have you seen this guy?" Like, because everybody had said he was coming to campus, and but I just didn't have time. I was busy with work. So she came and she was like, "Have you seen him? He's so cute." So I was like, "Oh, really? I haven't seen him. Where is he?" And she said, "Oh, he's in a meeting room with one of our other friends because that friend was like chief of staff to the CEO. So they were having a conversation." So I went there and I spoke to the friend and I was like, "Hey, honey," I ignored him. I was like, "Honey, I'm looking for Dudu." By the way, Dudu is the one who sent me there. I'm like, "I'm looking for Dudu. Do you know where she is?" But obviously, because we are girls and we have each other's backs, she knew exactly what had happened. And she was like, "No, Dudu is not here, but you should meet him." She said his name. She's like, "He's from here and he's written a book just like you and he's done this and he's done that." So I just went and I was like, "Oh, hi.
Wing
How are
woman.
you?"
Wing woman.
And
What?
like, and we
The
literally
game.
had like a long conversation from there, and that was it. So yes, I would. But my thing I always tell girls is that you need to be very strategic and make it seem like it is his idea. Like, you don't, like I was saying, like, you don't
But
use
that's not
brute force.
that's not very that's actually traditional of you.
Maybe,
No,
but
Yeah,
it
it is.
it's
It
works.
not about the
is.
traction.
I
No,
don't
no,
I don't have the
Actually, it
energy to
is.
be like, "Hey, pretty
Actually,
boy,
it is.
you want to go out with me?" I don't I don't have that.
But to be
I don't
Okay,
have
fair, though,
that
okay.
like
energy.
even as it's not even. I disagree. Initially I thought it was traditional. I disagree because if I approach a girl with that energy too, she would say no. You get my point, right? Like you gotta be.
Not
There's a
no.
yes, yes.
Not really.
No, he's talking about the
Unless
brute
it's
force bit.
exactly like you
Okay,
can't just
not okay.
approach somebody
Brute
without
force.
any
Then
type of
different.
tactics. unless you're approaching somebody in the streets, you cannot approach anybody with that kind of tactics and hope to succeed.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta be
agree.
tactful in the way you
I
approach
agree.
whoever you're approaching. It's just the way it is.
I agree.
So I
Okay.
disagree
But
with
anyway,
your
so to cap off,
masculine toxicity, traditional toxicity that you're trying to paddle. Yeah, Bella, do
it's okay.
better.
Don't swallow your tongue, Ayo. It's okay. Don't swallow
Thank
your
you,
tongue.
thank you,
Um,
thank you.
but to cap it off, I did ask him out for coffee because, like, based on that conversation, I was like, you know what, you and I should have coffee together sometime before you leave, and was like, yeah, we
Okay.
should, and so yeah, we did.
Okay. Okay.
It was
For me,
we didn't need to know your successful rate. She was just telling me that she's well, like she was trying to say if I
I
go for your mens, I'm getting in.
you know what, Biola, sorry, before you say
no, no,
something, I
no.
just want to add that I
Please go.
believe
Please go
that
on.
women should approach men if they like them using what I've just described,
Okay.
because there is, like, I find it to be a powerful thing as opposed to you waiting around and hoping somebody will choose you. Like,
Yeah,
there's something to be said about having the agency to be like, I like this guy, I'm going to go chat with him. It might not work out, and you don't need to be overt about it and be like, oh, I want to take you out or I want to go out with you. It should just be like, I'm getting to know you, and while you're doing that, she's like,
Yeah.
do you know what, we should grab a drink together.
I actually
And
think
then
it's
he
actually
says yes, and
empowering
then
though. I actually think it will
yeah,
be.
that's what I think as
Imagine,
well.
you walk into a
I agree
space.
with that. Like at the end,
Yeah,
you're basically just flirting
yeah.
Exactly.
in codec.
And
Yeah,
I
no,
enjoy it.
yeah.
So Bella, do you
Okay.
like being asked out?
I okay. This is what I will say is it doesn't matter in the sense that
Heh.
if I will like you, if I like you, then it's fine. I've had the I don't know if I can say the privilege
Mm,
of being
the
like
honor.
directly being told I like you. Like before
Mm.
anything, yeah, like hey, I like you. I would like us to hang out, kind of thing. And
Did you
yeah,
go?
yeah, I
Bella, you
did.
just
I
a
did.
regular slot. Eh? Now we
No,
know
no,
the
no.
people you've
The
not
thing
even had
is this.
conversation with. You just accept it. Nonsense.
No. So before the weird thing is that at that stage in life, I was very shy. So I'd noticed her before. Right. We talked about it later. She was like, "Yeah, it seemed like you were," not, and I was like, "I'm not gonna lie, I was shy." So
Ah,
it
there was a
helped.
time
It's not like
period.
I didn't know how. Right. What?
Yeah.
What did
No,
you say?
we didn't know that we didn't know that you used to move like like a chicken in the streets. Anyways, let's move on.
So
I
so yeah.
Okay,
So
next
on
one.
that in that note, I guess are we going to classify that as non-traditional or
I
modern
think
is
I'm
the best way?
non-traditional. I think I'm not
Okay.
traditional. Like,
I think I'm
maybe I have a bit
non-traditional
of
as well because
traditionality.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think the traditional
I will
woman
not judge you.
waits for it to come. She doesn't initiate. If it doesn't come, the thinking is that he doesn't want me. Then he doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I
yeah.
think
So
traditional men also prefer to be the ones who initiate anything.
Nonsense.
Oh God. Okay. All
okay.
right,
So the
Biola, what
next
is the
one.
next one?
The
Yeah.
next one is so there are options to this, right? When should you have sex? So the options: after marriage, after you're engaged, immediately, when you're both ready. So yeah.
Option D,
Wait.
when you're ready.
What the fuck is
Mhm.
immediately?
So I am.
You see,
I've-
the issue is immediately, and then when you're both ready. Now it makes immediately look so bad.
no, but that's
It's
wait.
like
Before we go into our answers, like which one is the
I was
immediate?
thinking, I was thinking immediately was like with consent, but the minute they remove, like when you're both ready, I'm like, what the fuck was going on with immediately? Let us, yeah.
Because immediately just sounds like even if you don't want it, like
Exactly.
both of you should just once you go on a date immediately it is a checkbox,
Yeah,
then
no,
you
no.
guys do it and
That
then you
sounds
find.
wrong.
But funny thing is I have okay, I know the editor said I always say I've met people, but yes, I've met people who I've met someone who, like, once she thinks she's liking a person, she tries to get sex out of the way because she doesn't want to
Ooh.
waste her time letting the feelings get too deep before she can cut off. So she
Before she
wants to
finds
know
out
if
the
the
sex
sex
is
is
really
good.
bad.
Yeah, so if it's
Hmm.
bad, she then she gives you two tries. She gives you two tries.
True. She's so
What?
What
generous.
is going on?
It's a
Why do
reverse.
you have balloons? Ayo,
That
what are
was
you
not.
Bella
doing?
found the secret code.
Hey,
Bella found the secret code. That's all.
I wish I knew what it was. But anyway, so
I
she
actually think
has her rule
it's a
is,
trigger by some form of hand gesture or something like that.
yeah, I think you do something and then yeah.
Yeah.
So her rule is this. She if she's finding you attractive, she's eager to have sex with you. She'll push for it, and it's twice. So if the first one is bad, she'll give you another chance. Then maybe it's the nerves. The second one is bad, then she's just
Supplementary
gonna push it.
exam.
So yeah,
Damn.
exactly. So
Damn.
that's
That's good.
interesting. Like
Because that's
yeah,
me. Because some of us get better with time. We don't put on our best shows. Like some of us, we don't put on our best shows from the get go. Ah. Anyways,
okay. So what is your answer? Is it after marriage? Ayo,
no. Let's go for
immediately
D. Let's go for D because at this
when you're
stage, I
born
feel
ready?
like even anything besides D just sounds wrong even before. So I feel like after marriage, even if there's no consent, it just sounds wrong at this stage. Okay, so let's go with D.
No, no. I want
No, we assume
I
there's
want to believe
consent. There's consent in
that
everything.
that there's consent at least if you why would you anyway there are probably instances of
I
people
can
who marry someone
okay
they don't want to have
on
sex with.
on a serious note, I can't do what do you call it? I can't do what's this word here? C immediately. I can't do immediately. I have noticed something about myself, which I did not like, but it is what it is. I need emotional attachment. I just need it. It won't. It's not gonna.
Aww.
Okay,
So for me, if I'm not emotionally
okay.
like involved or attached with you, you're not getting any. So for me, I need D. So D is for me. I could
I think
marry
I
what
you
am
I
with
would
the
say,
because
controlled
I have a
sex.
gun to my
no,
head. Then I go
what
to
I
my
would say
body.
is that why I would never do immediately is because I don't want a crazy person, and I need to know you. I need to like
Oh.
spend some time
No.
to be true to
Yola,
you.
are you trying to
For I have
say
this crazy is okay, crazy
are you
crazy.
trying to say like are you saying like if they get one
So
whiff of
that's
this, they will not be able to handle it? I need to know that if that you can handle it. Is that what you're trying to say, Yola? That sounds like what you're trying to say, right?
that's not what I'm trying. That's not what I'm trying to
If
say.
that's what he's saying, he's allowed to please
But that's not what
let
I'm trying to
everybody
say.
know, but also let everybody be aware Biola's got a
No,
girlfriend.
please,
Biola has a girlfriend and he is not
please,
available
please,
for whatever whiff of anything that you might be
hey,
trying. Like,
please,
he's
that's not
not
what I'm saying,
available.
no. But yeah, I think on this one, I think we all agree. So we are all modern in this, with no tradition,
Yeah,
no trad.
I wouldn't do after marriage because I
Yeah,
feel like
I'll be
I just
disappointed.
feel
I don't want to be
like
disappointed.
it's such an it's not yeah, exactly. You don't want to be disappointed, but also the fact that I think like a lot of people who go for after marriage
yeah.
tend to they believe sex is not an important part of marriage, but it is. Like sex is one of the reasons people kill other people. Like it's not
I
a small thing.
disagree.
So like if you guys
They could believe it was so
About
let me
important
finish.
that they know that they are so bad at it, they need to trick you to marry them already, so that there's no way out. And then at that stage, like you're in already, there's nowhere to go. You gotta take this average size dick
That's a good
every
angle.
day.
That's that's a good angle. That's a good angle. I can't even fight that. But yeah, like I just feel like yeah, I wouldn't do after marriage. And I
okay.
don't know, like why you wait until if you're doing it before marriage, what's the point of the engagement? Like just get on with it. Like but do it when you're ready. Don't do it immediately
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
everybody is Ryan Gosling and Blake Lively. Those two are married, right? Because they had
What?
sex on
What?
Yes,
their
yes,
first
yes.
date
They are married. Yeah,
and
they're
then
married.
and they got married.
Yeah, they're
Not
married.
all of us have that kind of luck.
Ryan
So like
Gosling?
don't do
Who's
it
Ryan Gosling?
immediately. Oh my
No,
Ryan
not
god.
Ryan
Reynolds?
Let's move
Gosling.
on
You
to
mean
the
yeah,
who is that?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds,
Ryan
not
Reynolds. Oh
Gosling.
no, sorry, yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Reynolds,
See,
not
Also,
too
Gosling.
many
those guys have
Ryans.
been friends
Yeah,
for
too many Ryans.
like forever. They've been friends forever. So it's nothing that it wasn't like they just met. They used to set other people up with each other, and then they realized that maybe we are better
Oh,
together. So that's what happened. Don't just
oh,
judge them like that
oh.
because they're
Okay,
two
yeah, no, that's
attractive
cute.
people and they have sex on their first night. Come on, they're better than them. I'm joking. I actually like them. They're my celebrity
Next
couple.
one. I really like them. I love Blake Lively. She's just amazing. She's so beautiful.
I love Ryan
Okay,
Gosling.
so the
He's so
next one
amazing. He's so beautiful.
is would you use okay, this one should be pretty quick. I think this is straightforward, but I guess it also tells how traditional you are. Would you use online dating apps?
Yes, except for Dami. So
No,
Dami is clearly very traditional. So 10,
No, no, no,
10.
no.
no,
But I reason. I think your the why is what matters. She's not saying no
Mm-mm,
because
mm-mm,
she thinks
mm-mm,
they are
mm-mm. It doesn't
no.
matter.
They
That means
you
matter.
like
know
if you
what?
do
On
not
this
meet,
sense, I'm
if you do not meet
happy.
in
I'm
church, it's
happy.
not working.
I'm happy to be traditional 150%. I hate dating apps. I hate going online to shop for men.
Oh,
I
What?
okay.
like I
That's how you
it's
see
What?
it.
What?
that's
Why
how
do you
I
make it
see
sound
it.
like
Like it's
that?
like I no, that's what it is though. Like it's like you're shopping for like your shoes for Christmas or something, and there are all these
Ah,
men that are popping up, and you're just swiping left. I hate the data overload of dating apps. Like the idea that you're looking at somebody and they might say all they want to say on the apps, but there's a chance that you would meet them and they're not what they say. Like I feel like it puts you in a state where you're constantly hedging against failure as opposed to planning for
Okay.
success. Because you're always
but
like trying to filter out. Like you're always trying to, you know what I mean? Put things I don't like that. Like I oh God, I yes, I am traditional. I
maybe
am 10,
maybe you
1500.
shouldn't go for the scrolling. Maybe you shouldn't go for the swiping ones. Go for the scrolling ones.
You're
It
trying
might
to
change your perspective.
Mr. Dating apps. This is not the time to follow. Hold it. It's
Hey man,
okay.
nobody is paying me. There's no
Eh?
follow here. If they pay me, I'll
I,
follow. I
that's
will
even
even
the
get it.
sad.
And
That's the sad
I
part.
will even
That's
fall
the
back.
sad. That's even the sad part,
Hey man, it
and
has
right?
you're
worked out for
wasting
me.
is the
It has
electricity
worked out
off
for
in
me.
Limpopo?
No, it's just dark in my room. Okay, I didn't think I had that I should have brought another light source. So my apologies, people. I look so grainy,
We're
and I
going to
don't.
buy you
And
a ring
that's what I'm
light.
trying to check out. I'm trying to get like no, like we are not
Don't worry,
very.
you're good. It's okay.
None of us work
People
on
have seen
social
your face
media,
before.
but
People have
but
seen
I
your
want
face
them to
before, and you
constantly
besides you
see
have a
it.
girlfriend. You're not available. There's no need.
Yeah, it still doesn't mean that
Yeah.
You don't need to.
they cannot fantasize.
Take if you want people to see your face, take some selfies and send them to Biola. He will upload it at the end of this episode.
Yeah. Since you want to show them your real face,
Now he's stuck.
okay.
Yeah, I'm back.
So next one, next next one is how important is marriage to you?
Ooh,
What a fantastic
ooh.
question.
So who
Ah,
wants to go first?
I will
I'll go
go
first.
first.
That was a deep sigh, Ayo. So go
Because my
first.
network might disappear. So I'll just go first. For me, it is very important, and not for the reasons why people might think it is. Not because of traditional. I just feel like there are some things I can do. There are some things
Not because of
I'm
what?
willing to do more in a marriage because we are contracted to each other than that I'm willing to do in my dating life. Okay, I'm willing to risk more in my marriage than I'm willing to do if I'm not married to the person. I don't think I'm willing to
Okay.
sacrifice as much in a relationship that does not feel. I wouldn't use the word solid. I will use the word where both of us are as equally as committed to it, because that's the level of commitment that I feel like
Mm.
you will not fully be able to you will not fully be able to have access to dating, because as bad as it might be, you can still walk away tomorrow. Whereas for you to walk away from a marriage, you need at least a lawyer. So yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's
Fair
fair.
enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Mm,
So should I go
I
or you want to go, Demi?
yeah, Bella, you go, you go.
Um.
Because she's still gonna say no,
Actually,
Bella, let her go last.
marriage is. I want to be married. I want to. I would. I don't know if saying it's not important, but I want it. I don't know if that's in conflict, but I want it. I want. I want to raise kids in a marriage. Like I will. I'm not saying, hey, this is my preference. I want to have kids in a marriage, not outside marriage. That's what I want. And yeah, I want it. I really want it. Yeah.
We get it, Oprah. You want
Ayo,
it.
please stop
You really
fidgeting.
want it.
You're Ayo, stop fidgeting. Stay where you are, okay?
All
Forget
right.
about the light. You are just stay where you are.
Yes, ma'am.
For me, I think marriage is important. I like the security of building a life with somebody that you genuinely trust and someone who genuinely trusts you. I, as much as I know, like there are lots of marriage failures, I think again, like I don't like that sense of like hedging against failure.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's always like planning for success, and that's something I would like to do with a partner.
Yeah.
I think having someone who like is a safe space and is like your support, because I think people also underestimate the importance of having that as a thing where it's like you can go out into the world and be whatever you are. Like obviously you guys know me outside in the world, yeah, Demi, Dr. Demi and this and that. The idea of being able to come back to a space where there's someone who is just your cheerleader, you're not required to perform or be anything, you can just be random Demi, is something I think, like, I cherish that thought. Building a family together, building goals together, um, achieving things together, I think is like for me, yeah. So for me, marriage is important, but not a bad marriage. Again, I'm talking about a
Oh no.
marriage
Oh
that's
yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a marriage that's actually for the benefit of both parties in the marriage and for the children. That for me
Okay.
is a good marriage. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
something that's
and
important to me.
I'm happy you added that last part because a lot of people there's the focus on the wedding, not the marriage. They want to have
Mm,
they want to have a great wedding, so
hmm.
they're more concerned with things around the wedding rather than the person they're actually going to, in quote, spend the rest of their life with.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, actually, really, my biggest takeaway from what Dami said was you can like when you are done with with your day, you can find somewhere where you can go back home and you don't have to be a part, you don't have to perform your role, or you don't have to be somebody that you can just absolutely be yourself with that person. I think
yeah,
that's one of the things that we people just do not appreciate enough about marriage, and I really like Dami pointing that out. So yeah, I guess we are all traditional in that sense. Yeah,
yeah,
judge
yeah,
us,
yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, we want marriage.
Yeah,
Okay,
traditional. I'm actually like a 10 on that, please. I
okay,
have
so
one, Biola, before you go on
okay,
to your next one.
all
Just
right.
one. Who should cook dinner?
The
Okay,
chef,
let me go first.
the
Who should
chef.
cook dinner? I think
Cook dinner
in
in
terms
your
of
marriage,
okay,
like
so
while we're in
the
the context of marriage.
criterias,
Have
depending
have
on what we
enough
want to
money
eat, who is
to
better
get a
cooking.
chef.
Right?
No,
No, no.
Okay,
Ultimately,
let's say you
yes,
can't get a chef. You don't have a
I can't
chef.
get a
Who should
chef.
cook dinner?
Who can actually cook the meal better, like who is better cook at that particular meal, and then two, because I want okay, I'm gonna assume that we are both working class people. Who gets home first? So yeah,
it's
that would be my
complicated.
answer.
It's complicated. My answer would
Because
be
Ayo can't
uh,
cook.
no. It's not because I
He
can't cook.
cooks.
It's not because I can't cook. I can cook a little bit, and I can get better. I can get significantly better if I cook on a more consistent level. That's not the issue. The issue is like
Mm,
I don't want to be cooking every day. And I don't want my partner to also come back home after a long day to come and cook. All right. Let's us both be
mm,
honest about that. I would divide it into sections, right? And if my partner is somebody that enjoys cooking, I will do the dishes. If my partner is like me, then I would rather divide it into days. We will have days where we eat take out or we go out to eat. All right. So that will probably be Friday with the kids if we have kids then. Okay. So the rest of the week, on Sunday, we will probably cook a little bit extra and then keep that in the fridge for Monday. Because Mondays are always a terrible day. Nobody, right? Just you don't want to start cooking on the Monday after the weekend. So you're now left with the 3 days in the week, right? Then we now divide it based on who we are. We should also play a game for the last day of the week, which is Thursday. Whoever loses get to cook on Thursday. More
You
chances
I
for me not to
hypocrite.
cannot
cook.
believe how elaborately planned this is.
Yes.
This is another. I want to actually add this to it. Like a lot of people, um, don't. There's nothing wrong with cooking. Like I don't. Anyway, let me not go down that path. But
Bella, you don't cook every day. Don't be like you cook every 30 seconds
no,
in there, like you go into the
okay,
kitchen and
okay,
you cook every
okay.
day.
Actually,
Okay, calm down.
what you just said. What? No, no, wait. I don't cook every day, and I don't like. I have moments where I feel like cooking, and moments where I don't want to
Yes,
cook, and this is where I want to
yes.
go. This is where I want to go to. Like that's why I cook in bulk. I cook. I don't. I'm not the type of. I don't think I will ever cook a meal for just a moment. Maybe it's no apart from noodles.
Mm.
That's the only thing I'll cook. Like I want to eat and finish it. Everything else I cook in bulk so that I can always defrost. I think the part I've never quite understood is people who are like, I want my meals, I want fresh meals, every meal to be fresh. I don't want
I have
warm
a
food.
story
Like
about that.
I have never I can't comprehend it. I don't get it. But there are people
I
like that. So even cooking in bulk does not is not good enough for them, and they don't cook. You
I
don't cook, and
I
you want fresh made meal
fresh
every day.
food.
But
I have a
wait,
story
Patricia,
about that. I met this guy in Johannesburg on a flight. No, I didn't meet him on the flight. I met him when we got to the airport in Johannesburg, and he was dressed like a pilot, but it turned out he wasn't a pilot. I don't know why he had a similar blazer. It was so weird. But anyway, we spoke, and then he came to Pretoria because I
It
lived in
worked,
Pretoria at the
didn't it?
time.
Just you're talking
And
to it. You
no,
spoke
it
to
didn't.
you spoke to him, so it
I
worked.
actually don't find pilots attractive. Like I talk to people because I'm not rude. Like if you talk to me, I'll respond. That's me. Like,
Oh, so
but
he
not
spoke
because
to
I'm
you
like, ooh,
first.
pilot. Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He came to borrow a pen from me. So anyway, he came to Pretoria and we were
oh,
talking,
That's all a strategy.
and he
Viola is a
started
strategy.
and we were talking, and then he was talking about how like no, he said something about food, and then I was like, oh, I've got some food in the fridge, I'm just going to warm it up. And then he said he would never ever date a girl who puts food in the fridge. So I asked him, I said, what is the point of the fridge? And he said, I guess it's to keep food fresh. Then I said, so what is your problem? Because in that case the food is fresh. And then he said he just doesn't think that with what he is worth, a woman should not make fresh food for him every day, three times a
If,
day. So
okay.
I was like, so what happens like if she has to go to work? And then he said, do you know what he said to me next? It was like, from the way you're talking, I can already tell you'll be a bad mother.
ah,
Well,
okay. No, no see, at the end,
that pen did not work
so
out. But
everybody's entitled to their opinion. Nah, that's his
okay, I
opinion.
will say this though. I will say this though. I will say not in his defense, please. I'm just saying this. If he's talking about like how much I'm worth, if we are assuming that he has a decent bit of money, not enough to buy a pen, but he has enough so he can have a stay-at-home wife, then that's a different vibe. Because if you have a stay-at-home wife, that is a different vibe. If you have a stay-at-home wife,
Still,
then maybe you can
can
expect.
I, okay.
Mm-mm,
I,
mm-mm. I did not
sorry to
say you
interrupt
should.
you.
I didn't say you have the right to it. I said you can maybe expect that if you have a stay-at-home wife. If you have a
Okay.
working wife, or that's a different vibe entirely. That's not even something you should be expecting.
Okay. This is what I would say,
Crazy.
right? Even a stay at home wife. I guess if it's just the two of you and you're in a small apartment, but that negates the point, then why is she not working? That means you guys need money. So if let's say it's
No,
a
it
big
just means that
house,
you're planning for the future.
No, apart
because
from that, like even if
like
you're a
having
stay at
kids is
home,
a lot of work.
yeah,
You
Raising
like
kids
said
is
even
a
if it's just
lot
the
of
two of
work.
you and you're a stay at home wife, like even me as a single person, I struggle to think of what to eat. Imagine now being a stay-at-home wife responsible for this man's nutrition every day, and
okay.
it's three times a day, and he expects you to make it fresh. And obviously he's the type, so you can't make okra today. Like maybe you're like, oh, I'm making seafood okra, and serve him seafood okra tomorrow again, because it'll be like you didn't make it
Yeah,
fresh. You
true.
have to also
Okay.
be guarding against suspicion
Again,
of this was
I'm
not
just
freshly
saying
made.
this in like
What the
in
like,
an
No, no,
dude?
extreme
I
scenario.
hear you.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying in an
No, we're
extreme
not
yeah.
scenario. If you
countering
have
you.
enough money,
No, no, we're
if
not
you have enough
you.
money to
Yeah.
be comfortable to have a stay-at-home wife, then I can understand expectations. I'm
Then
not saying it's how it should be. I'm just saying
Yeah,
expectation wise. If you have a
yeah,
stay-at-home wife, then
yeah. No,
sure.
I
mm,
get that.
I
I
get
don't
that.
know.
I
I
get
get
that.
that. I get that. I understand what you're saying because that's what a lot of men who say they want stay-at-home wives also expect. But I'm talking about
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in
Yeah.
the
yeah.
reality of it, it's so crazy because First of all, the
It's a
person,
lot
like, I enjoy cooking, but I don't want to cook every day, and I don't cook for
every day.
myself 3 times a day. That's the reality.
Yeah.
Like for me, if I really need to eat, I'll just chop up some leaves, put like hummus, honey, and black pepper, pour it over. That's a salad I'm eating. Like I'm not
Wow.
like that.
Is that
So
why your
because I
face is
just
so
don't.
clear? So nice. Okay, I hear
Thank
you.
you. Look at the
I was okay.
material.
And see, I just said that just to distract her from talking. As I was gonna say that, I would say this that it's easier to cook for somebody else than to cook for yourself. Like if you are going into the kitchen, I promise you, like if you're going into the kitchen, right? If you are cooking a meal, you if like if you especially if it's like a large meal, right? I don't know. I'm not motivated to eat it immediately. I don't get hungry by. You get my point, right? If you are cooking for somebody else, it's easier than if you are cooking for yourself, in my opinion.
I think
Sorry, no. Me,
that's
I
just
look
like a
forward to
personal
my
preference. I don't know
yeah.
if
I
that
look
is
forward to my
shared by
food.
everyone.
You
I
didn't
look
say.
forward to plating my food, like
You literally
decorating my
just said
plate and
You literally just
eating
said,
it.
and you can't cook for you don't want to cook for yourself all the time. I'm saying on a consistent level, not in
Yes.
terms of enjoyment. I'm saying on a consistent level of like, why would you go and cook? If you're cooking for somebody, you will know what you're
But
gonna cook for
do
somebody.
you
For yourself, there's more choices there. Like,
do you
do
think
I
it
want
is?
salad
Do you think
with
it for
honey
somebody who
for
doesn't
my
want to cook?
face?
Wait, chill. Do you think it is somebody who doesn't want to cook for themselves every day? You think it is easy? It's going to be easier for them to cook for someone else every day.
Not
Is that
as
what
Yes.
if
you're
not
If
with
saying?
you are
me.
I don't
marrying,
think
if you
that's
are
how it
marrying
works.
No.
into this man's house, you better learn how to cook for somebody every day. Like that. Okay. Otherwise, it's gonna be the type that gets
If
your
you're
house to go.
marrying into
I'm
is
sorry.
and this is why, before we go on to the next one, this is why when you get engaged, you and your partner should get an engagement house as your commitment. So it's both of you's house. So you're
So
not
this
marrying
Yes,
into his
I've
house.
I've always said that I don't know if even if I think I said it on the previous podcast. I would never advise anybody moving into somebody else's house. Personally, if I had a guest over and they move one thing from my table, I don't know. It feels weird to me, and I have always thought about like how can I live with somebody if I cannot even
You
tolerate
get a
them
place
doing something.
together.
That's why I thought of if you're getting a place together where you are both now like start putting your things where it won't be as much of an issue because I don't have like you when we're discussing it, can I place my stuff there? Like, no, I want to do something here. Then like the thinking behind it is no longer it's not messed up. I agree with that, like 100%. It's not
Yeah.
even a commitment, it's not even an engagement house. If you're moving in together, don't have to move into somebody's house. Okay, move into a house
so
together.
this
Even if
actually
you're
leads
broke,
to the next question.
tell the
Um,
nigga to move out of his house.
I leave it alone. We get the point.
so this leads to the next question, which is actually very interesting. Eh? Would you
Mm,
cohabit before marriage?
I would.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I would. I
I
would
would
too.
happily actually because I think I know this is
Okay, so let me
anti-religious.
read the options to this. Let me read the
I wouldn't
options.
Okay.
happily
Maybe
do
maybe
it.
that's
I wouldn't use the word happily. I don't, but I would do it.
so. Question: Would you cohabit before marriage? So these are the options. Absolutely not. Yes, but I would never tell anyone. Then okay, I would never marry. Okay, there's yeah, and then there's sure. So
I would happily cohabit because I feel like it's I know people are always like, "Oh, if you do it, you guys will never get married, blah 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 whatever." But
yeah,
I think that for sometimes like the person wasn't planning to marry you from the start. Like it has nothing to do with the cohabiting. That's not
I
what is standing
disagree.
in the way. There are many
I
couples who
disagree.
cohabit and still get married. Um I think there's a part of me that's also like I like the idea of being able to leave when I need to. So I might cohabit, but I'll keep my own place if that makes sense.
Okay, that's not
okay.
Like
cohabiting.
just you have you
No,
watched
that's not, that's just you
it
being
is.
rich.
No, we would live
No,
together,
that's
but
just you
if I
being
need
rich.
to like
That's just you being rich. Okay,
if I
that's
need
not
to
you cohabiting.
decompress,
No,
if I
you
need
need
to
to decompress in
decompress,
that
I can
house.
go to my
No, go to the
No,
bathroom. Don't
do
decompress.
you know what? Okay, do you know what? I'll say something. If we're moving into a place that's like super spacious, because I've noticed that for me, physical space also relates to mental space. If my physical space is cluttered, my brain feels cluttered. So
Yeah,
if I'm
no, I
moving
can
in
agree with
with
that.
somebody, it
Yeah,
has to be a house where like there's enough room for us. Like I was thinking
Yeah.
about it recently. Like, oh, if I were to move in with this person, how
Who
many
is this
bedrooms would
person?
we need? And nobody. I was just thinking randomly. If I were to move in with this person, it would be like a three-bedroom, right? And maybe there would be a basement as well, so that we'd both have like our office space. I'll have room to do my yoga. There'll be a guest room. That you
Exactly.
understand? Like that
Yeah.
space is important to me. If I don't have that kind of space, I would move. I would keep my own apartment and still
This
live with
is
them.
on the side. This is not a question on its own, but just on the side. I don't know if you guys have heard like there are people who believe husband and wife should not have separate rooms. They should like have one room. They shouldn't sleep separately and have their own spaces. So like
Mm.
Wait,
you
I
will
feel like
two
it's
of
the
you should share the
opposite.
same
I
space.
feel like it's the opposite. Because traditionally, you're supposed to sleep in the same bed as your husband. Now people are be like, you can have separate rooms. Bella. I feel like you swap that around. Damn it, do you
No,
understand what I'm trying
actually,
to say?
Ayo. No,
Because
I think that historically, men and women did not share the same bedrooms. If you think of
oh yeah,
the
that's
impact
true.
of polygamy as well in some
True.
cultures, they
No,
didn't
many
have the same
cultures,
Yes.
yeah.
bedrooms in many cultures. So
He
the
has
man
many
had his
wives
room.
and they have their spaces and then he will
They
go to
have
the
their room.
space
Yeah.
to
So the
yeah.
modern
Yeah,
thing
but
is
Or
actually
invite
sharing
them to
a
the
bed.
oh yeah, okay, I agree with that. If you are going from that approach, I was thinking more like when we were born, not back in the days when when men used to rule the world, via all on the back of horses. But sure, if you are going back that far, I was thinking we're just going back to when we were, it's fine, it's fine. Clearly, your dad had
okay,
like multiple
but
wives and he
that's
had
on
like
the
his
side.
own bedroom. But okay.
I think on this one
Yeah.
I think we are all modern ish.
Actually, I
But
don't
anyway.
know, and I will say this because I haven't shared a space with somebody like you moved in with somebody, and somebody have moved in with me. I have obviously you've
Okay.
done the whole stay over for a short period of time when you can if you guess too much you can get the fuck out and go home. Um, so I would say
Me too.
this, ne? So I will say
Yeah.
this, I don't know. It will depend. If I feel like we're having a lot of problems, right? And
Mm.
I feel like in kind of like how we share our space, and I feel like us staying separately helps. I would prefer that than completely ruining the marriage. I would pretty much
Mm.
do anything I can to sustain like to keep my marriage than give up on it. If that means I even have to live separately from you, if I have to go live in the cottage, which should be probably better for me. I can move my FIFA there and chill, and we can only move when it's time for boom ta 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 ta. What? Well, there's a way they say it. But anyways, you guys get the idea. You guys
For a
are all adults.
tete-a-tete,
Yeah,
a
exactly.
genital tete-a-tete. Mm.
Yes. A little bit of give and take. Mostly I take, but I give also. I'm just joking. I give. I'm a giver.
I'm like, what on earth is going on? Yeah, no, I think I agree. Like, I don't think I haven't lived with somebody, like lived with them consistently. I've always had my own place, so I don't know how that would play out. But I would very much prefer to share a bedroom. But
Okay.
again,
Until
in
you
my
don't.
head, this is a big bedroom. Okay, this is a big bedroom that has a reading
Wait,
nook that has
wait,
like,
wait, 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 wait. When you say
Uh-uh,
big bedroom, why are
uh-uh,
you making it sound like
uh-uh.
there's
She's
three
asking for a
beds?
hall.
There's one
She's
bed
asking for
for
a
him,
hall.
one
You
bed
understand?
for
She
you,
wants a
and then
hall.
there's the bed
She
no,
wants.
for
no,
Titus.
it's
Not even a
one,
conference
it's
call.
one
She's asking for a
gigantic
hall.
bed.
She's asking for a hall. A hall where people host weddings. That's what she's talking about. I want a reading space
Guys,
down there. I want
I
walk-in
like
closet.
spacious. I like.
No, you like money. No Nigerian. Also rich
Mhm.
man for Dami's preferred husband.
Okay.
Oh, like in terms of criteria. No, you
Yeah,
don't have to be rich. Like, I mean, houses, for example, houses in Canada are quite spacious compared to the UK. So it's not a matter of wealth. I think it's also just a matter of like where you live.
yeah.
Mm,
So
yeah.
rich and no Nigerian. We get it. It's okay.
Did you not hear
Okay.
anything I said? All
Oh
right, let's
no,
move on to the next one.
I heard it. It's just that when you are talking about walk-in closet, it's not for every random person. Okay, let's not lie to each other.
Working closets are quite common, aren't they?
No, can you
No.
find one?
No,
Bruh. She
but
was about to
that's
gaslight
because
us.
no, but that's because that's because Canada has really old houses. Like a lot of
Mm,
the houses on the market are really old.
Okay.
yeah.
And even if
Yeah.
you can't get a walk-in closet, but at least you should have a closet that has space, man. Like,
Yes,
yeah,
that you can walk in. I get it. No, we understand. We understand. Let's go, guys. Next topic.
Next one. Uh, I'm gonna. Okay. Do you believe in the one?
ah,
Ooh. Ooh. Damn.
no.
I do because I don't have as much experience as Dami, so I won't be disappointed as much. So I do. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I think I just watch too much rom-coms, and I believe. Okay, I don't know if I believe as much as there is the one, but I believe as much as if you work towards it, there's only like obviously there's certain criteria that you need, right? Like I have had numerous. Okay, that sounds wrong. I have had a couple of exes. Be patient. I've had a couple
Oh,
of exes.
numerous. I heard numerous. I heard
I know that
numerous
was
from
a
the man
It's
with.
mistake.
okay. We're
That
not.
was
You
This
a
were
is
the
a safe
one.
mistake.
space. We're not
He
judging
was the
you.
one.
It's
Do you
all
know why
right.
he's not disappointed? He's the one going around disappointing people.
Yeah.
Makes
Wow.
Yeah.
sense. Let's.
Wow. Are you
It's
done?
okay. All
That
right.
means like this is finally my one chance to get back at you. It's fine. I understand that it's okay. Use it. As I was
Oh
saying.
gosh.
Um and although I've had amicable relationships with all of my, I not although I currently have amicable relationship with all of my exes. I cannot say that all of them has been as good a partner to me currently as my current girlfriend, or is
Oh,
more
oh, that's so cute.
suitable. Yeah,
Mm.
and that is also because of experiences that I pick up
Did
back
you
in my
did you offend
previous
your girlfriend?
relationships.
And this is your way of saying sorry.
No, 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 no. It's more
Okay.
of like each time you leave a relationship, right? I feel like you should learn something about you should learn more than one thing, but you should at least be able to pick up one thing that did
Okay.
not work out in that relationship that is partly your fault, but also maybe is down to your characteristics and your personality. Okay? And you
Okay.
should be able to learn that, take that going forward into another relationship, right? You should know
Fair
yourself
enough.
more. And I feel like I feel like that should inform your decision when you pick the next person. Like,
Mm.
I got to know my girlfriend significantly more than any other girlfriends before I started dating her.
Mm.
Okay. And so that already informed me more of what I'm going into than any other previous relationship. Okay.
Mm.
The
Okay.
intentions, the relationship was very different in terms of intention than any other previous relationship. Okay, so all of these things should add up to like how your relationship should go, or how your
Or
partner.
finding the one, basically.
Exactly.
Mm.
So that's essentially what I'm thinking about.
Mm,
That's an
Um,
interesting.
okay.
Okay, Bella, you go. Bella, you go.
Well, so you're basically saying you can make anyone, make not anyone, but you can make multiple people the one.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
I'm saying that if you haven't found the one yet, you should look back at what you've. Be patient. You should look back at every
I'm
of your previous
listening.
relationships. No,
Uh
no, you
huh.
should look back at all of your previous relationships and figure out like what your one would be like. Like you get my point. Like the
Uh
next time you
huh.
go into a relationship, let your
Yes.
previous relationships and yourself date. You should be able to figure out who the one will now be for you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying you have multiple ones. I'm saying there's
This
still
is
the
a
one person,
very
but
engineering level
it should
approach to
be
finding the
informed.
one.
It should be
With a
informed
sprinkle
based
of
on like your.
social sciences and arts, because it's
Yeah,
this
it might be like
this two
that, but the
plus
reality of the
two two
situation is
plus
like
two is
it's
equals
a
to three minus
yeah.
one plus one minus two plus
Do I
two plus
do
one
I
minus one.
I
Ah,
don't believe in love at first sight. Let me rephrase. I don't believe in love at first sight because
that's not what the
let me no 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 no
okay.
no
Sorry,
no.
sorry, sorry.
There's a,
Let me let
I'm
you talk.
saying
Yeah.
for my approach, I don't
Mm-hmm.
believe in love at first sight because I fell in love with a lot of people at first sight before. It did not work out. Like I'm just joking. That's it. Like I feel like for me, you know that thing where you see somebody who's kind of like your type, and you just can't take your eyes off them, but you know, but that, and then you walk away. Nothing happened between you guys. you move on. But in that moment, you were in love because you pictured your whole
That's not
life.
love.
You
That's
pic-
attraction. But
no,
okay.
but you get the
I get
idea
what he's
of like
saying.
it's
Yeah.
like love at
I
first
get
sight type of a thing. Like you get
Yeah.
my point, right? So I don't
I
believe in
get
that
you.
kind of love. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, for me personally, I believe you can get to as close as possible to the one if you're actually serious about finding the one.
Mm. That's a good perspective because I share the same thought, but I don't believe in the one. So interesting thought here. So
Yeah.
for me, I do believe that you will meet different people in your life that you will potentially fall in love with. But like Ayo, I think that it's the work that you do that makes a person the one. It's not that they are the one, if that makes sense. Like it's
yeah.
the
Yeah. You
effort
can't
that
just
you put
pick one
into
up the
it.
tree.
Yeah, like it's like you so for me, for example, my and I know we have a segment that's coming up, which is like, is it a date? For me, for example, my assessment of the one is very values based. So it means that when I meet a person, because a lot of people think the one is more like I meet this person, we have this insane attraction, and that's the one because we can't just like we can't get
Yes.
away from each other. For me, it's more like I meet this person, they are kind, they are genuine, they like themselves for who they are, like they're okay, they're comfortable in their own skin, and they like we align on certain things, like we align on how we think of the future. Like I'm not trying to be with somebody where I'm like, okay, we should get a Spectre EV, which by the way I mispronounced in the last recording we did, a Spectre EV, and this guy's like, no, we should just drive a panel van. Like that's misalignment, if you catch my drift. It's a weird example, but
So
more like we
expensive
align
car
on
over
things.
regular car. No, we get it.
I drive a regular car, so to be honest, like not really bothered, but I'm just
But you're
using it as
not
an example
happy.
of like I'm done with you. I'm done with you. So like for me, it's more like, do we align on our goals? Do we align on our vision? Do we and then
Yeah.
like I will put in the work. Like I will
Okay.
affirm the person, spend quality time with them, learn about them. Like it's like that curiosity you invest in getting to know somebody is what makes them potentially the one, because you put
Yeah.
in the work. Like the idea of the one doesn't just fall. And I think I wrote about this on Medium last week, actually, where I wrote a post where it was like, date slowly. Because a lot of people want to date quickly. You want to meet a person and be like, I feel attracted to them. If I'm not attracted to them, I don't want them. And I'm like, attraction and chemistry are not the same thing in my book.
Hmm. I agree. I
Attraction,
agree.
attraction is like I see you and I'm like, damn, like I want me a bit of that. Like I can't stop
It's
thinking
That's
about
okay. You
us
don't
nice.
just
have to
being
say that to
together.
people. We can just say that separately. You don't have to say that to people.
Hey Zaddy.
I know.
But
Wait, I
chemistry.
have a girlfriend. Stop it.
Did you see the effect it had on it? Oh my god!
What the fuck?
I win!
Whew.
I win! I win! Remember how last time he was like, "Oh no, this is not a thing," and I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
said
This is
that he
not
was
my
like,
thing. I hate
"Oh,
it.
yep, got you
It's
there."
weird.
Um, it is
It
The way
tough.
she
works.
said it.
Like so,
It
and
does.
I'm always like, attraction. So, like, my point is, attraction is not chemistry, because chemistry is like
Yes,
an
yes, yes,
alignment,
yes.
and it
Yeah, yeah,
takes
yeah.
time. So when people are like, "Oh, I met this person, I didn't feel any chemistry with them," I'm like, how long did you even spend with them? Like, what do you know about them for you to say you didn't feel chemistry? So I always judge on values. Like, I don't meet a person, I'm like, "Oh, I don't feel like I'm jumping to tear you off or tear you apart." So there's no chemistry. I'm always like, your values, are they aligned? If they're aligned, and I already think you're attractive in the sense that I'm not running away when I see you. You might not
Yeah.
be conventionally attractive to the world, but when I see you, I like for me, you're okay, you're good looking, because I'm not Miss World, right? So I'm not expecting like Mr. World either. Like for me, I'm like,
No,
you're
Yeah.
you
good
could
looking, I
be,
like you, you're
you could
funny.
be, you could be East Miss. You could be, fuck it, I fucked it up.
Yes,
You
I
could
could be
be,
his Miss World. I get the point. But I'm saying like
yes, yes.
conventionally, I'm not like, he's not tall. Okay, yeah, I like guys who are taller than me. But like it's not this, it's not, I
Ah,
don't take off on that. It's more like,
you're
okay,
looking for
what
a
are your
basketball
values? Do
player.
we align? No, oh my god, I think that's a bit too tall. But you catch my drift. Anyway, point is
Yeah, we
I don't
do.
believe in
Would
the
you
Like
one.
say
what
no?
what
Would you say no? Would you say no?
If he's someone who plays with the Toronto Raptors, why not? Oh.
Did you see, Bella? Did you see how that whole thing? It's a lie. Even if he plays for the Los Angeles Lakers, she will say yes. They don't let her lie to you, Bella. Let's go.
Even if it's
Okay.
the B team, the G League team, it's still good.
Bra, you know she will say yes. If you
Well,
don't,
okay,
those niggas are
what I
fun,
will
okay?
say, okay, I think first and foremost, I don't believe in the one. I don't.
Oh yes,
I
of
believe that
your girlfriend was hear this.
there are people who you are more compatible with some people than others. That's what I will say.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it all, relationships take work, like you both have said. Because me 6 months ago, it's not the me now, and will not be the me in the next 1 year. Just
Yeah, this
life
turtleneck
happened
is,
to you.
is recent. I agree.
What?
Turtleneck is recent. To
Anyway,
be fair, we
I
haven't seen
thought
you in
this
a
was six
turtleneck
months
in a
ago.
while.
you saw me in a I
Exactly.
wore a turtleneck 3 episodes ago, guys.
Not this one.
Oh,
Not this one. This one is not 6 months old.
What is
let's
that?
keep
Continue.
moving. Let's keep
Continue.
moving. Let's keep
Anyway,
moving.
Continue. Bella.
point
Stay on
is
course.
this is wow. So my point is this: you evolve, you change, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that person is also changing. So this the one is changing. If you don't put in the work to actually hold and sustain the relationship, it's not going to work.
Yeah,
When
Let me say
even
I
if
something.
agree.
Let me say
you hear
something.
from God
And
Before
directly,
even
so
with getting to know somebody, I feel like, I mean, like Ayo said, and that resonated with me. He spent more time getting to know his girlfriend before they started dating, so he knew
yeah,
what he was going to and the kind of work he had to
exactly.
put in. And I think that's something that's missing these days with a lot of people because they're looking for that movie Hollywood style. I see this person and damn, that's
If I
it.
don't fall,
And
if I'm not, yeah, I agree.
I'm more like, if there are things that already align about the both of you, why not just spend some time with them and get to
Get
know
to know the
them
person.
before you're like, this is not my person? Because with the way the world is, a lot of us have sort of like pulled back into ourselves. So we don't really show ourselves like on the first time we meet or whatever. So you might need to like get some time, like spend some time getting to know people. Pandemic effect, Ariel, because I know you're
let
like,
me say
what on
something.
earth?
Let me say something. I had this I I had this fear like before my longest relationship ended. Where like when you put in a certain amount of work in this particular relationship, right? Let's say you have been in a long-term relationship. That means you put in a particular amount of work. You've grown as a person along with that person, right? So prior to that relationship, you are now certain things are just different. Like you can't if I won't find myself comfortable dating somebody in their first relationship. At least that's what I thought back then. You get my point? Like,
Okay,
imagine how
okay,
much work you've put into learn how to have a conversation, how to have an argument, how to deal with conflict, how to support your partner. Although they are curated towards one person, but they're also curated in like going forward. You get my point? Like, all of these are life
Mm-hmm.
experiences that you can now like apply to the next person. And I thought that's one of the things that I actually like initially was a stumbling block for me going into my current relationship because she doesn't have as much relationship experience as me. And prior to leaving that relationship,
Ayo, Papa
so
with the
that was scary for
experience.
me. I know,
Zaddy
I
with the
know. I was
experience.
just, I know it doesn't work anymore. Anyways, as I was saying, right, that was something I was like, but I do not, and that is where that is where I disagree a little bit with what Biola said in the sense of like, as you can still be the one, even if you do not have all of that experience, even if you haven't put in all of that work, because the starting point of each person is different. Okay, you might just have a lot more to learn to get to where they have already been based on their life experiences, not necessarily relationship experience. Do you understand what
okay.
I'm trying to
Okay.
say, right?
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So,
the maybe we have different definitions for the one. That's what I because the
mm,
one is it means that like any other person you marry, you won't be happy. You won't get that. But
mm-mm,
with this one person,
mm-mm,
this is
I
that is
disagree.
that I'm telling you my definition of
That's how
Oh,
or what I
he's
sorry, sorry,
defining it.
definition of the one.
sorry.
Right. So
Oh,
that's what
sorry.
I'm saying. I think we
Continue.
have different definitions of what the one is. So yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
But
For
we can
me,
move
the
on to the
one
next
identify.
is.
segment.
Let me just state my the one. For me, the one is magic. All right,
Oh.
magic. Simple as that.
Oh.
It doesn't mean that
Okay.
you
Okay.
cannot have a satisfactory marriage outside of that. It just means that it will never be magic. It doesn't mean you can't be happy. It just means it can't be magic.
Okay.
Mm. And the magic,
Okay,
I'm going to add
Mr.
on to that and say the magic takes work and a lot of
Oh, definitely.
openness and
Oh,
curiosity.
definitely.
All right,
Definitely. Oh,
Professor
curiosity.
Bennett.
Are we talking about sex here? All right, I agree. I said what I said. I said what I said.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Merry
Merry
Christmas!
Christmas,
Merry
compliments of the
Christmas, everyone.
season. Enjoy. Hey, bye guys.